It's a message of love. For those of you doing testing outside on the streets for COVID, I have nothing against COVID, and I don't think anybody does. But if somebody asks you, how many tests did you do today, or how many tests are you guys doing today as I did, you should respond. Number one, because the money that comes for your salary is taxpayer money that is paying your salary. And so you should respond to your taxpayers, the ones that are paying your salary. You are a public employee. You are a public servant. By doing those tests, your salary comes from taxpayer money. So if the taxpayers want to know how many tests are you doing, you should respond. Not just say like, oh, don't bother me right now, please. And for those of you driving those rental vans for COVID, those are also taxpayer money, and they cost, and since you're renting them, most of them, they cost taxpayers every month. Every single month that you use it, they cost us. So you too are a public servant. So if I see you, or if somebody sees you coming out of a van that is supposed to be for testing, and you're dressed in a very nice suit, those vans, first of all, are not for going to the party or a meeting. Those vans are for testing. So if somebody stops you and asks you something related to COVID and the pandemic, you should not be rude and saying like, don't bother me, I'm busy right now, I'm going on a restaurant. Finally, if you work for a non-profit organization, one of those, or a lab or something like that, one of those that got like a lot of branded cars in the last couple of years, because now they are everywhere, those too were paid by taxpayers. And just the fact that you drive one of those branded cars for a homeless organization, even though homelessness is going up, or anything else, that does not entitle you to just park whatever you want, unless you have something by the DMV that specifies that you can just park whatever you please. So parking in front of a hotel, in which the hotel does business and they have continuous drop-offs and pickups, that's like out of line. Parking in New York City is a very limited resource, and everybody needs it. Everybody, not just the ones that have branded cars that came from taxpayer money, and that in their audits it says that it's unrestricted money, so they can just buy a fleet of cars that are just going to be parking in front of a hotel. No. Unrestricted money, it's for monies that come from like usually wealthy donors that they just give it so that for discretionary spending. Government money is supposed to be restricted money that is supposed to be tied to goals and benchmarks. So $200 million in 2 years for an organization that has unrestricted discretionary spending, it seems to me like a lot of taxpayer money going to waste in cars that are just like breaking the law. And anyway, I think this post, if somebody that is directly attacked, it's gonna be like, but I think there's gonna be a lot of millions of New Yorkers that are gonna be like, that's right. So don't get angry, it's their money at the end. And at the end of the day, you too pay taxes, so you too should be angry with yourself if you're conducting one of these violations. Or so, with all my love, thank you. Oh, before I go, welcome to the neighborhood, BRC. You are badly needed. Good luck.